least we can record it. Oh shit!
There you go.
Okay, so let's just go live.
Okay.
Okay, Kevin, unmute. What up, folks? Little change of pace tonight. Canadian Geek, aka Chad, is going to be one of your hosts. Ink Jedi is under the weather. He's not feeling too great. So I'm joined by...
I'm Karate Kevin 67 in the Instagram world, but in real life, I'm Kevin Vidinia, and I'm in the East chapter.
I'm James, the comic raider, representing the West chapter.
We apologize there for a little confusion. Everybody's watching us live. There seems to be a little problem going on with YouTube between people's phones and tablets. So whatever, we're past it now. We'll just keep on trucking. So this week, we changed it up. We just couldn't get everybody's schedules worked in for Sunday, so we just switched the show to tonight. So, let's just get right into it. First on the block is some Batman movie news. Young, I don't know if he's Scottish or English. I think he's Scottish. I could be wrong. Young actor named Jack O'Connell his name's been brought up again, rumored to be, they're looking at him, Matt Reeves looking at him to either play Batman in the new Batman movie, as it's rumored it's going to focus on the year one story when he's quite, obviously in the first year he's being Batman, so a younger actor to carry the franchise forward would make sense. Or it's also rumored that he might play another character, could be Robin, could be Nightwing, because they might change it up. I've seen him in a few things. He was in that movie Unbroken a few years ago, done by Angelina Jolie, about that Olympic runner who was captured during World War II. He's done a few indies. He's done that movie 71, which is pretty cool. I think a movie on Netflix, and he's also in that movie Money Monster with George Clooney. I think he's got range. I think he's a good actor. He's got a charisma. I think he could do it. If they're going to go younger, it makes sense to go with a guy who can carry the franchise for 4 or 5 movies, because that's what they're looking to do now, especially if you're going to start with the year one storyline and go forward from there. He can grow with the character as Batman grew to become a better crime fighter. So, I guess we'll just have to stay on top of it and see where it goes. Kevin, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I don't really know much about this actor. When I see him at first glance, I say to myself, well, he doesn't really look like a Batman, even if you were to put a cowl on him. But let's just face the facts here that this is what DC's and Warner Brothers' favorite move is, to just spread the rumors, to test the waters. Is it true? We don't really know. And we're talking about it right now, but there's a good 100% chance that this is not even going to even happen. But I don't know. I don't really know too much about him. So I don't know what he's like as an actor. But it doesn't look like Batman to me. That's all I gotta say. If he were to play as what you mentioned in the year one storyline, I think that would be really cool to see, though.
James, what do you think, brother?
So I do agree. Looking at him, I guess we'd have to maybe dye his hair or something just to kind of get that look.
Can't have no ginger Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Now I do agree, though. You need a young actor, so that I think he's a good choice in that. And I've gone back and forth in this. I know we've debated it even on here, of whether do you go with a star or do you go with an unknown. And I think I'm leaning more towards this. Go with an unknown, because if you cast someone big like they did with Ben Affleck, everybody has an opinion, and people are going to allow it to taint their opinion of the movie before they even see it. So if you go with the unknown, then allow it to make it his role.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. And I also think going with the younger, not even want to say unknown, because he is known by the industry, but as far as fans go, you don't get the attitude. You don't get the baggage that a Hollywood star has. You don't get the attitude. Oh, I'm a $10 million picture guy, And you can, it's give and take, where you can do hey, you do a few movies for us, we'll fund you. Like a perfect example is Aaron Paul, who played Jesse in Breaking Bad. He talks about how he did not want to do that shitty Need for Speed movie. Mm-hmm. He's like, I didn't want to do it, but the studio literally said, if you do this movie and he was coming off of Breaking Bad, and they're like, if you do this movie for us, we will fund 2 indie movies that you want to do. So he's like, okay, sure, we got a deal. So things like that where he could be like, okay, well, I don't really want to do it, but I'll do it, and it'll allow me the opportunity to do other movies I'm more passionate about. It's like, this is the work movie. I'll go do the fun movies that I want to do when I'm done with this. And who knows? They could build him into a star. How many times have we seen an unknown actor like Hugh Jackman? Hugh Jackman was in Oklahoma off Broadway, or had just finished Broadway when he got cast as Wolverine. And look what that did,
And so many people hated that too. They hated that idea. Oh, we're going to have this opera singer as Wolverine, and look what he did.
This skinny little dude is going to be Wolverine. Yeah, so it's interesting, and it could be the rumor mill too. They could just be seeing like, okay, let's what do people think? What are people looking at? But yeah, to look at him first thing, he just doesn't have the look of Batman. But hey, dye his hair black, put on about 20 pounds of muscle. I don't think too many people complain that he'll have the look of Batman then. So
it looks like he's only 5'8", so he is a little on the short side.
Yeah, hey, Tom Hardy's only 5'9", and he had to put 4-inch lifts in his boots, so he'd be taller than Batman.
Yeah, so that's nothing.
Yeah. Huh. So cameras are always, they always got tricks they can play.
Yeah,
this camera tricks in high heels.
Yeah, exactly. Just need eyeliner and you're good. Oh, Batman wears that too. So. Alrighty. Moving forward, I just researched this before we started the show. DC, I guess, is doing it because negative connotations with the name over the last few decades. Starting with issue 51. For those who don't know, this is going to be a spoiler, so if you're a big fan of Nightwing, please mute me or whatever. In the last issue, issue 50, he got shot in the head at the end of the issue. It's a pretty crazy panel, too, but he got shot in the head by KG Beast, and it didn't kill him, but it gave him amnesia. So as a way to logically explain why he doesn't identify with the character of Dick Grayson anymore, they're changing Dick Grayson, which is short for Richard. They're going to call him Rick Grayson without a K. Again, DC said it was due to the negative connotations that the name has gotten over the last few decades, and us being in 2018, they just felt it was a change. And the storyline they're in, I guess they felt it was a most opportune time they could do it without too much people complaining too much. What do you guys think, James? What were your thoughts on this?
I think it's terrible. For me, I don't get this whole changing things. I mean, this is a name and a character that's been around forever, and now 1940,
1939, 1940, yeah.
Now in today's world, we have to change it, and Rick. I mean, I've never ever met anyone that goes by Rick, R-I-C, for Richard. Like
Ric Flair. Ric Flair.
Okay.
Oh, you got shut down.
Okay, one. All right, but anyway, whatever. Point is, you don't see it. It's dumb. And then, I mean, I feel like if my name was Richard and I got teased growing up or whatever by being called Dick and all that kind of stuff, like, you got Dick Grayson to look up to, like that's and now you got nothing. Now all the kids are gonna be like, oh, it was so bad even he changed his name, like. So it's just I hate today's world. I really do.
Kevin, what are your thoughts, brother?
I understand it's not 19Dickety-2 anymore, and when you named a child Richard, you also named him Dick, but obviously in today's world you don't call a Richard a Dick anymore, because if like James said, if my name was Richard and people were calling me Dick, I would probably just be punching people in the face all the time, and I'd be pissed. But I understand why they're doing it. But for a character who is so known to have the name Dick Grayson, he's had this name all his life. Why change it now? And it's an important name to the comic book community. We all know Dick Grayson as Nightwing or the first Robin. So it's stupid that they changed it, but I kind of understand why they changed it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, in today's climate, I get why they did it. I'm really upset that they're changing it. I'm upset about, not even upset, but the way they went about it. Like, you didn't have to make this whole hullabaloo. Look, guys, we're changing the name. Hey, everybody, look, we're doing this over here. They could have just started calling him Richard or Rick with a K all the time. They could have just told the writers, don't use Dick.
I mean, for shit's sakes, the guy just took a bullet to the head. You're going to change his name too? I mean, what a life.
Yeah, it just seems like they're trying to, hey, look at us, we're changing, we're progressive, and they could have just done it on the low, and no one really would have probably even noticed. I'm sure people would have noticed, but you know what I mean? They just call him Richard, call him Rick with a K. I still don't get Rick. Rick and Dick are two different names. Yeah. Rickety tickety talk. Why are you taking out the K? It just makes. I get it, but yeah, it's just Dick Grayson. Like I said, it's been a name for however long, since the 40s or since 39 or whatever, and it just seems like they're low hanging fruit, I guess. What can we change to appease people? Oh, okay, let's do this.
It's the social justice workers.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And,
careful,
but it's also, when I see this,
that's why
I don't say that. It's like Voldemort. You don't say their name.
When I see this kind of stuff, I just think about how many people have a tattoo, named a dog, named a child, named their name. When you start to change these things, and I get it, it's not a huge change, but still, I mean, if I had a dog and I named him Dick Grayson, that's who I named him after, and now it's Rick Grayson, and it's no, it just, I don't get why they have to change these things, and I think about people that have done stuff like that.
Just like naming your child Damien, and then it turns out it's not even Batman's son.
Well, and that was, I didn't even finish it because I was kind of pissed off. But I'm guessing they didn't do what they thought. But the whole Deathstroke right now has been Deathstroke versus Batman, and figuring out if is Deathstroke really his father and all that kind of stuff. And when I first read the first issue, because I grabbed it just for the cover, which we'll talk about later. But when I first grabbed it and I read it, and I was like, these motherfuckers are going to make Deathstroke his father. I'm like, that's who I named my son. It doesn't make any sense now. I'm like, I can't explain this to people.
I guess you gotta call him Slade now.
Oh man, I was like, but like I said, I haven't read the most recent one, but it looks like it worked its way out in the end.
Oh man, that's too funny.
I just don't understand why they change things so often. And in the comic book world, some things are just meant to stay, and you just don't touch them. You don't change stuff even if you think it's going to be for the good of your opinion, because the comic book community is going to be on an uproar. And I don't know, maybe someone shared the dick pic meme too much, maybe, send me some dick pics, you know what I mean? And that was the final straw. They're like, you know what, we're going to change that name.
Yeah. Send me some Rick pics, baby. Send me
some Rick pics.
But, I just think, as far as the books go, I get it, it's fine, but change what needs to be changed. This didn't need to be changed now.
No, it did not.
I don't think it was a hot topic on people, as if they haven't changed that name yet, it's not. People aren't talking about how the Washington Redskins should change the name and then they should change Dick Grayson to Rick. There was other things that DC needs to fix in their movies and their comics before this, but...
Maybe it was one of those Batman damn things. A kid brought home a Nightwing comic, and, he loves Nightwing, and he's showing his mom, look, Ma, it's Dick Grayson. And, mom's like, do you know your son is reading a book? His character's name is named Dick. That's how it changes.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
Going on, which also, but kind of roundabout way, because the character is also in Teen Titans. Jerry Conway, who is one of the co-creators of Punisher, and a bunch of other characters. I don't know them all, so I apologize, but he's a very well-known creator. Went off on DC on Twitter this week, last week after the debut of Teen Titans, because I've yet to see it, even though us Canadians are supposed to be getting it free on Netflix. It hasn't dropped yet. I guess in the shows, I don't know if it's the starting credits or the after credits, but I guess there was no credits given to Teen Titans creators Marv Wolfman or George Perez, who are Titans as far as in the industry go. And especially nowadays, and I guess what they did was, from what his tweets read, they gave created by credits to the showrunners, the people who created the show, and not the actual creators of the characters that we're about to watch. and he was very upset. And I gotta agree with him. Especially if you're a Batman fan, you know everything with the whole Bill Finger and Bob Kane situation. If you're that dumb shit Rob Liefeld, you won't even look at a comic book that was made an homage to one of your books unless it says After Liefeld on it. So getting creator credit is very big because a lot of them, that's how they make their money, and that's how they get paid, and that's how they promote themselves as, you know, creator of this and this and this and this. And if you start taking that out and people are like, well, you didn't create that, this guy created it. And like, no, I'm the creator. The TV people just screwed up. You know, I'm pretty sure Robert Kirkman would lose his shit if next season on AMC it says just The Walking Dead, created by, and it was AMC executives. So I get it, and I'm with them. I really hope DC changes it because I think it's a really big injustice to do that to guys who've been around for so long, given so much, you know, to these characters. But yeah, what do you guys think, James?
Yeah, I mean, I think that especially you would think that people learn from these kind of mistakes. That if it's someone's idea and someone's thing, I mean, they deserve the proper credit. You're sitting here, you're making money off of it. You know it's going to be seen. And like I said, you would just, because there's been so many of these type of issues in the past, you would think that they would have learned from something like this. So I don't blame them at all.
I'm just going to pretty much reiterate what James said. I mean, you'd think by now they would just freaking learn. You know you're going to get called out on it. If someone's creating, you know, Teen Titans, and if the creator is saying, oh, they're going to make a show about characters that I made, you know, I'm going to watch that. And if that person's going to see that they're not credited for their work, yeah, it's going to start a damn uproar. And so you'd think they would just learn already and just do the proper crediting to these people.
Yeah, you know, I agree. And even as far as even the TV goes, like, I don't know if you guys watch The Walking Dead, but Frank Darabont, who is a well-known director in movies for like over 30 years, he wasn't a creator, obviously, of the Walking Dead comic, but he was one of the first guys to really get The Walking Dead off the ground as far as a TV show. He was the first showrunner they had for season 1. And when he parted ways with them, they took his name off, and it created, he had to bring them to court for them to put his name back on. When the show starts, you'll see created for television by Frank Darabont, Robert Kirkman, and Tony Moore, and I think Charlie Adlard also gets a credit now because they're so far in. I'm not sure. Don't quote me exactly, but I know he did go to court and was like, hey, I helped get this off the ground as far as TV goes, so my name should be up there whether I'm on the show anymore or not. I still helped create the world, you know, even if it's 70 years beyond what I did, I still helped create the world that they're in right now. So I need, you know, to get that credit. So
true.
I don't think anybody's going to really be on the side of any corporation that doesn't give credit to the proper people. You know, obviously Bill Finger, Bob Kane, and it took forever. I was amazed. If anybody doesn't know, look it up. The whole thing with Bill Finger, who is a co-creator and many say the true creator of Batman. It was quite a long, lengthy litigation and lawsuits and lots of meetings to finally give him the way overdue credit. You know, as far as Batman goes. So
absolutely,
yeah. Moving on, and I'm going to go to Kevin first on this one. We were just going to talk about this amazing artist he's been around for a bit, but I feel in the last year or two, he has really, really jumped on the scene. A lot of people like me, I didn't really hear about him before. Sorry. I didn't hear about him before DC Metal, but Francisco Mattina has been around for a while, but in the last couple of years, his star has really risen quite rapidly. You know, and lately he's doing everything under the sun. He's doing DC covers. He's doing Dynamite covers. He's doing Image covers for Spawn. You know, his shit's just everywhere. And what's amazing to me is every color is amazing. So, Kevin, I'm going to throw it over to you to start because I know you went and grabbed some books there. And
I did.
Lead us off, sir.
You guys were saying that we're going to talk about Mattina, and I was like, I got to go grab my signed Mattina books. Let's just face it, Mattina is killing it right now. And his artwork is absolutely amazing. So I have a couple of stuff from him. I have this Venomverse book. I don't know if it's going to be kind of hard to see it. But it is signed by Mattina, as you can see. This was a Christmas gift to me, which was from a friend. But Matina has just been killing it, where it's Marvel, DC, and we even got Image Comics here with Spawn. I got this Spawn 285 signed by Matina as well. Awesome cover. He's just killing it, and you can't go wrong with Matina. I don't have enough from Matina. I need more from Matina. And you mentioned the Batman Dark Knight's Metal, Chad, and I really need that Matina cover with the Batman last. My friend has it, and he just got it signed by Capullo and Snyder at our last Boston Comic Con.
Which one? There's 3. There's the issue 3. It's just him looking at the thing.
It's issue the one where he's like fist hooking Robin.
Oh, with the knife to his throat. Yeah, I think that's like issue 5 or 6. Yeah, it's one of the later issues. Yeah.
But Matina, man, he's really killing it. He's up there.
Yeah, it definitely is. James.
I agree. I have obviously Spawn and then the Deathstrokes. But I mean, honestly, we got to talk about the most important thing. The best thing about all of this, besides the fact that he's just killing all these covers, they're there. They're there at your LCS every Wednesday. I mean, a couple of these, okay, yeah, you got to order from a place or whatever. But that's a few of them. But you can go every week and get these books from him. And that, I think, is the best part, because now it's reaching the masses. It's variant hype, but it's not capitalizing on it.
It's not 1 in 400. It's not 1 in 100. It's not 1 in 200 variants. Yeah, they're just they're the other cover. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, he's going to go down as one of the best. And I think, you know, you look at runs of characters and runs of this and runs of that, and I mean, definitely. The Spawn one is going to be there. He's going to be mentioned in those names of, you know, some of the best runs and best covers and, you know, people's favorite covers of certain runs. I mean, it's incredible what he's doing.
Yeah, and especially, like I said, especially in the last couple of years, I think he's really upped the profile. Like, people will say, no, he hasn't, but I think especially Spawn, I think he's really upped the profile of Spawn in the last couple of years, because he's that kind of artist. He's like Alex Ross. When he's bringing his A game, even if you're not a fan of that book, you will buy that book for the cover. Like, I'm not a huge Deathstroke fan. I like the character of Deathstroke, and I like what they do. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm hunting because my LCS, because I've made mistakes and not told them to put it in my file. That Deathstroke cover from a few weeks ago that he did, I can't find. There's that new one coming out where it's Two-Face on the front cover with Deathstroke's head behind him. That thing looks amazing. And some of his metal ones, like, I really want to get. I'm not going to pay the prices online, but there's a really cool one I like. I think it was issue 5 where Batman is like, or the Joker who laughs. The Batman who laughs is sitting in like a burned out top of Batman's head. You know, like, it looks. His stuff it's twisted. And it's amazing. It's incredible work. And unless I'm informed wrong, his colorist FCO Placencia, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He does great work too. You know, a lot of these guys, because I'm wondering, I'm sitting going, how is this guy like knocking out so many covers? But you got to remember, a lot of these guys will do the inks and the pencils and then they hand to the colorist. And the guy, whoever he has as his colorist, is amazing, because he brings every picture he does, he brings it to life, and he brings this really cool, crazy edge to it. It's just a phenomenal.
Yep. And you have these pairs, you know, colorists and artists, and I think for me, what I know I did a post about it, and I'm pretty sure I did it on the club page too, but when Spawn, I don't remember the number, but when Spawn a few months back did the like 8-9 different covers, and it was the same drawing of McFarlane, it was just all the different colorists, and it wasn't until that day that I realized how much of a difference a colorist can make. I mean, I've heard of it. I've seen, you know, little things here and there, but like, to see them all line up and you just see how totally different each one of those covers was like, holy shit, it's all the colorist. So when they have a match like that, it's perfect, and you got to keep going.
Yeah, you know, exactly. I know a long time. You got guys, like, even as far as inkers too, like, you can have the great artists, but if you don't, you can tell them when they work, like, especially because I'm just looking at a cover I got right here of a Batman New 52 book. You look at guys like Greg Capullo. You know, if Greg Capullo's on a book, you're getting either Jonathan Glapion or Danny Mickey as the inker, and you're probably getting FCO Placencia as the colorist. You know, like you learn to notice certain people's teams, and they just work, and you can tell when they're not. Like, you know, you can't have Jim Lee without Scott Williams. Yep. You know, there's just certain guys that you can tell. Like, you can obviously you can't have them not together, but just they each bring each other's game up so much because when you work together for so long, you just get in this sync, and just it's you can tell. You know, the fan can tell when they're looking at the cover.
Yeah, and I can't remember his name, but Tyler Kirkham's guy too. The two of them do awesome work together.
Yeah, he makes his colors pop really well, and his inks too. But it's an awesome time. And like you said, the coolest thing is where it's the variant cover. It's not like the LCS, like the one per store cover, or buy 17,000 issues to get this one book cover. It's just the other cover, you know, which is great because then it's financially feasible for people even like me. Like I only buy like 3-4 books a week, but I'm like, oh, that's a sweet cover. Yeah, throw it in. It's $4. You know, it's not 20 or 30. So it's really cool. I like DC's doing that. I like that maybe of course they're still going to put out their higher ratio variants, but at least for the regular series for each other issue, I like that they've done this now where each week you're getting 2 covers, and they're 2 easy to get covers. You know, so it's awesome. I like what they're doing.
It's quality work for a decent price, everybody.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. That should be their tagline. But and you know, unfortunately, I think that's our talking points. Anybody else? We can chit chat about anything, boys. What else we got on the plate here?
Spider-Man Black Suit. It's not a lot, but you got all those pictures coming out of this little.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay,
yeah. I mean, it obviously we don't know where it's coming from, what's the deal with it, whatever, you know. But
it looks more like the noir suit almost. Yeah,
almost. And then you have the leaked pictures of all. I feel like we're gonna get a few suits in this movie because you have the other leaked pictures of this suit that people are.
Yeah, the black suit, the red and black suit, which looks pretty trippy. Yeah. I'm wondering. I'm wondering what happened because we haven't seen Avengers 4 yet, and so I'm wondering what the timeline is because obviously he's back, so he comes back from the other realm, obviously because he's filming the sequel. But I wonder what's going on with Tony because there's no way he's making these suits himself. So Tony's giving him all these new suits.
Well, I think the Shield is giving him the suit.
The Shield have Tony's tech though, as far as the suits go.
No,
or he's pre-made them.
I think
maybe he's pre-made them.
Yeah, maybe it's pre-made. I don't know, but I know there's like some. Everyone has mixed feelings about this suit. Some people really like it. Some people hate it. I think it looks gorgeous. I love the red and black.
Yeah, that looks pretty sick.
It does look pretty sick. It's pretty modern too. You know what I mean? It doesn't look very cartoonish. I mean, you can't go wrong with red and blue. It's the classic suit, but it is for a change. And I think it looks great. I really do. I even like the glove look. It kind of has like a Miles Morales Spider-Man kind of look to it.
Yeah.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, like as far as I go, like I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but hey, how many costumes? Throw all the costumes in that movie. Have them do like 13 wardrobe changes. Like shit, I get this one got burned up. Pass me another one. Scarlet Spider. Okay, let's do it. Whatever, you know. It's just really cool. And from all the leaked pictures I'm seeing about Mysterio, there still isn't a close-up shot to actually confirm if it's Jake Gyllenhaal. And I'm wondering because all the pictures you see are from far away. He doesn't have the helmet on, so I'm wondering though. The only thing I'm wondering is, are the scenes we're seeing at the end of the movie? Because there seems to be a lot of rubble around them in those scenes. Yeah. So I'm wondering if he lost his globe, and I'm wondering how they're going to do that. Like, are they going to CG that, or are they going to actually have him wear a fishbowl on his head? Because that could be difficult. That could be difficult to like emotionally bring it across. Because even if you look at Mr. Freeze, when Schwarzenegger, I know I should be comparing his acting chops to the other guys, but I'm just saying, is if you think about it in the movie, he didn't have a dome over his face. He had the mask that was cut out around it, but his face was outside that mask. So I'm wondering if they're going to actually have Mysterio wear the fishbowl, or will it be CGI'd on, or will it be like maybe Iron Man style, where when he wants to wear it, snaps in front of him, and he doesn't want to wear it, it pops behind him. So.
I'm not going to lie. A photo floating around in Instagram, and it is a far away shot of a person in a Mysterio suit, but it does look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I think it is for sure. Oh, I lost you guys.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, what exactly it is. So, sorry, camera cut off there. But yeah, it looks interesting. And I'm wondering if they should have either waited or like made the set of because we all knew we knew they were going to make a sequel, but I think you're almost kind of giving stuff away. People are going to be able to the real internet sleuths out there are going to start be able to connect the dots of what they think will happen by the pictures they see from Far From Home.
I don't think they mind. I think we all kind of know what's going down in this next Avengers, and I think that there might be some twists and whatever, but I think for the most part it's going to show just how good of a movie they can make, because the idea is, if we all know what's going to happen, how well can you still capture the audience? And good examples of this.
I know Titanic made a shitload.
Well, good examples is okay, Gotham. The Gotham TV show. Now I haven't finished it, but from what I did watch, you got scenes where Bruce is in trouble, right? And it's well, obviously the dude ain't gonna die. He turns into fucking Batman, but they do such a good job of creating that intensity that you're like, well, how is he going to get
tension
out of this?
Yeah.
Exactly. So they could do vendors. We're all going to know what's going to happen. All the main, OGs are going to die, and all the new ones are going to take over. But it's still how they're going to do a hell of a job of portraying it.
James, you don't know if they're going to kill him. We don't even know if he's going to turn to Batman. They changed Dick Grayson's name.
Yeah.
There you go. Gotham next season, he's not even Batman. They just totally... and then that way, Batwing never happens.
It's all ruse, everybody.
Yeah, I know. I'm interested. It'll be interesting to see, too, what they do, because now I'm hearing rumors. Have you guys both seen Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well, anyways, it's not spoiling things. The rumors is Captain Marvel is the rumor I'm reading now. The latest one is that Captain Marvel will travel through the quantum realm to get to Earth. So, those of you who have seen Ant-Man and the Wasp know why her traveling through the quantum realm is important for Avengers 4. I don't know. I'm really interested. I still see people shitting on this movie. Captain Marvel, Brie Larson's this, she's not this, she should do this, they should do this. It's people, they haven't put out a shitty movie since 2008. Yeah. Go back and I'm
gonna be honest, I don't think the movie's gonna be horrible, and I think Brie Larson's gonna be, she's gonna do a fantastic job. I'm sure Marvel's gonna find a great way to put her in, but I'm not a huge Captain Marvel fan whatsoever, and I'm not really excited for the character. Boo, boo on me.
No, you said exactly how I feel. That's it right there.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
No, I'm not a huge fan either, but I think they're very good at taking secondary or even third bench star players and making them good. Really, how many of us ever would have thought we would have liked a Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
Yeah.
But everybody loved it. Who would have thought they would have liked Ant-Man movie, but everybody liked it, and in the end, it made a lot of money. People think, "Oh, Ant-Man's no, it made over $500 million in the theater."
Or even Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
Yeah, exact. Paul Rudd. He's almost 50, isn't he? He's awesome. And I think just people gotta have faith, man. Wait until Marvel shits the bed. It's not like they're DC who went, "Oh, Man of Steel and BVS, and Justice League." And now they're coming back, all the Wonder Woman was amazing. And Wonder Woman too, though. Wonder Woman, funny side story, Patty Jenkins was fired off of Thor, which is kind of funny. She's the director of Wonder Woman, for those wondering. But no, I think it's great, and I find it interesting, though. I wonder, because there was that rumor going on that Brie Larson signed a 7, and I'm going to ask you guys this. Do you think that now, going where movies are, where Hollywood is, and where Disney is, especially, and Marvel, do you think they're going to be able to get any more because remember, Brie Larson, she's won an Oscar. She's well known in the movie industry. She's a well known actress, and she won an Oscar a couple years ago. Do you think they're going to be able to sign any more big talent to these long contracts? Because like when they said, "Oh, she's," that rumor came out, she signed a 7-picture deal, and then like within a half hour, she came on going, "No, I didn't." Like, so I don't personally, I don't think they're going to be able to lock up unless you do like Robert Downey Jr. and you're like, okay, well, we need you for 6 pictures, and we'll give you $30 million off the top plus like 5% of the gross. Because he's making over $100 million, and at the end of the day, RDJ has made like $100 million off of every movie he's been in, except for like the first 2.
Good for him.
Oh yeah. So what do you guys? I don't see them being able to really lock up big name A-listers for 4 or 5 movies unless they're paying them out the ass or telling them we'll work around your schedule, which we know they don't do.
Right. I think. I think yes, they're gonna have to pay them a lot of money, but I think it's doable. I mean, obviously, I don't have the mindset of them, but you have to feel like if I'm an actor, don't you want to get in on this? Yeah. I mean, the fans, there's going to come some hate, but that's with every movie. So the fans, the money, the popularity, I don't know how you don't want to be in on this.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Do you see like an article online? So-and-so wants to be part of this movie. So-and-so wants to play this role. So-and-so, you know what I mean? So,
oh yeah,
you see it all the time. And, if I was an actor, if I was a big-time actor, and I don't care who it was, if someone came to me, hey, Kevin, you want to play this role? I would take it. I would be like, hell yeah, I'm that superhero now.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and exactly. Even to go to your boy Venom there, Kevin. Tom Hardy, who, if you people out there don't know who Tom Hardy is, man, come on, catch up. Like, there's so many, like, if you guys know him, he's done movies like Bronson, which was a really low budget indie movie, which is amazing. He's done like big ones, like he was Bane. He's been in Dunkirk, which is an awesome World War II movie. Yeah. He's been in others, like watch him in a movie called The Drop with James Gandolfini, where he plays a kind of mafioso bar guy. He's amazing. Lawless is another good one. He's an amazing actor. And people were like, yeah, he's going to do Venom, but he's going to do one. He'll be a one-and-done guy because he's such a, he's that kind of actor. Well, he doesn't really care about the money. He likes the product. He likes the movie he's working on. It's got to mean something to him, and he's got to like it. And then people are like, oh, well, he's probably going to leave now because it's going to suck. And then he's like, no, I signed a 3-picture deal. I'm going to be here for 3 of them. And then Venom shot off like a rocket. And it has its flaws, from what I've been told. I still haven't seen it, but it has its flaws. But it's done way better than I think they were expecting it to. And what I like about that is, okay, good. In the next 2, he will improve. He'll go back, and he's a character actor. He's a serious actor. He will go back and say, okay, what can I do better? Like, what can I bring to Eddie Brock and bring to Venom that isn't going to be CG? What can I do? Because he can only do so much. If the CG sucks or the direction of the movie isn't good,
right?
If they decide to give him a CGI mustache, there's only so much he can do. But I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. Kevin, you're the Venom aficionado here.
Oh well, thank you for the big title. I'm really pumped that he's going to be doing more movies with this character. Because we just said it. Fantastic actor, and 2, he did a really good job as an Eddie Brock. Is a comic book accurate? No, I mean not everything has to be, but he did a really good job playing that character. I'm really excited that he's going to be playing more movies, and where it's going to go. I mean, obviously we're going to be getting Carnage because spoilers. If you haven't seen the movie yet in 2 weeks, you had 2 weeks. We're going to eventually see Carnage. Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy Carnage, not very thrilled about that choice at all. My fan choice would have definitely been Jackie Earle Haley, just going to put that out there. But I'm...
Yeah, Rorschach would have been the shit.
Huh?
Yeah, Rorschach. He played Rorschach in Watchmen. He would have been a great choice.
Yeah. You know it. That whole scene where he's in prison and he says, I'm not in here with you, you're in here with me. That is such a that is a Cletus Cassidy Carnage character right there. That screams it right there. So Sony, for you not picking him, you screwed up. Number one.
Yeah.
But no, I'm really excited to see what Tom Hardy's really going to do with this character. He did a great job, and he's just going to continue to kill it.
Yeah, any of my quote unquote issues with the movie, and it wasn't like there was any. I enjoyed it, but it has nothing to do with him.
Exactly.
I mean, my thing were action and stuff like that, but I know that it was an origin story build up. But if he did, I mean, there's nothing else I need from him.
Yeah. So the things that were wrong with that movie had nothing to do with Tom Hardy. The things that lacked in that movie was obviously on Sony's part or the director's part. Was just all script.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And yeah, like I said, I think we'll see more A-listers. John Hamm usually yo, DC, give me a call. I want to play Batman. But I think unfortunately, dude's pushing 50. Maybe Thomas Wayne if they decide to bring him to a movie. I don't think he's going to get Bruce though. Especially now that like we talked about starting the show when we talked about previous weeks, they're looking at going younger with Batman, not older. But he would make a pretty pimp. Earth 2 Thomas Wayne, with Batman with guns and a sword. So
John Hamm is 50?
John Hamm's 47.
He's pretty old, yeah.
Yeah. But he's physically he's as big, he's 6'4", 6'5", 220, 230. He's a big boy, so he could definitely play the role.
Let's see it.
Yeah. But it's exciting, and I think like you said, we'll get more big time. I'm just interested, you're a big, because you're ASM 300 connection, you're by connection big Todd McFarlane guy. What do you think of Spawn? Because from everything I hear and every other update, this is just a Titanic-sized dumpster fire just waiting to be lit. From the fact that he's going to write the movie himself again. He said, screw it. We did it for $40 million in 98. Let's do it for $10 million in 2018. Now, personally, for me, as far as actors go, getting Jamie Foxx was a good get, I think. Because really, for a movie like that, where it's going to be, unless it's not going to be CG a lot, which $10 million, he'll be CG for about 3 minutes. It could go either way because he's a good enough actor to carry the movie, but we want to see Spawn. We don't want to see Al Simmons. Getting Jeremy Renner to play Twitch, I think, was a good get. And kind of cool to give him more of a platform than he gets in the Avengers. What do you think there, Kevin?
Well, I did a video about this, but I think this movie's not going to do well. Number one, I think them getting Jamie Foxx and Jeremy Renner for as the cast is supposed to make the person feel a little uplifted, okay, maybe this is going to be too bad, but I still think it's going to be bad. I don't think Jamie Foxx was a good choice, to be quite honest. I just everything I see Jamie Foxx, it's like a hit or a miss, and I think for him, this Bond movie is going to be a miss for him. But let's talk more about Todd McFarlane directing it. Okay, so you have a $45 million budget, correct?
No. In 1998, he had a $45 million or $40 million budget. This year, this time he said he's going to do it for 10.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. You're right.
That's what he said. Who knows? It might change.
It might change, but it is also Blumhouse. Blumhouse is pretty low budget. But you have to have a different director. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. I understand that Todd McFarlane, Spawn, it's his baby. He wants to be in full control. But let's face it, Todd McFarlane has never directed a damn movie in his life. His name's not Frank Miller. Frank Miller tried doing stuff like that. And
we got The Spirit when he directed it.
Yeah, you gotta kind of, in ways, I know it's your baby, I understand, but you gotta let go at some point, and you gotta let someone control the reins, because again, you probably know this character. You know this character better than anybody, but you don't know anything about directing. There's also the rumor about Spawn not talking, and I found a different creative way of him speaking. Well, what does that mean?
Sign language.
That's all it's going to be, the whole movie, middle fingers.
going to go back to like the HBO animated series where like everything is just kind of like whispering, or I don't know, but I just think it's going to be bad right off. But hey, you never know. I thought Venom was going to be bad. It was kind of shockingly, surprisingly okay. It was not a.
James, you're a little bit of a Spawn fan, I think. Anybody who knows you, you're like, yeah, you got a couple books. What do you think?
Just a couple. According to Braden, I need to step my game up though. But
yeah.
We've talked about it before. I mean, I like Blumhouse movies. But I mean, that's just that doesn't mean that obviously this one's going to be a good one. Do I like what?
Do you like Blumhouse for a Spawn movie though?
No, I know. Well, I mean, but they do the creepy thing, and I'm fine if it's a creepy. I don't mind that really. I think I don't care whether it's action or thriller or what. I just want a good Spawn movie, no matter what direction it goes. But I think that the rumors are not looking good, which is why the book is jumping, but not as much as you would think that it would be, because I think everyone's expecting it to flop. Now, the budget is a big concern if he tries to stay true to that. And like Kevin said, I mean, it really shouldn't be that hard to, give your idea, give your plot, your script, whatever, but then let someone else do it better. If you should know what you're good and not good at by now, and just let someone else do it, but make sure, whether you got to write a contract that says, I need to, be involved in it, or I need to, whatever you got to do. You can be involved in it without ruining it.
Right.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can be too close to it, and you're not gonna see things that others might to make it better, and you can see things that you want more control and want to change where it's not gonna be as good. The only thing I'll say for me, the only way that personally for me that if they don't have him physically talk is if it's all like inner monologue, but they have to get Keith David who did his voice in the Spawn HBO show.
Yeah.
If they got him to do the inner monologue voice, I wouldn't mind that because he's got a great voice for movies like that. He's a great actor himself too, so that's about the only way. But yeah, not talking, $10 million budget, directing himself. It's just like a Hall of Fame checklist of first ballot shit. Like, how can I do the worst movie ever? Oh, okay, well, you're on your way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but in the Godfather we trust.
No, you do. He's a man who loves to say how Canadian is, and he never comes up here. So you guys can have him. Leave him rot in Arizona.
I mean, I'm sure like everybody else. I mean, I love Spawn, and I want to be excited that a Spawn movie is coming out. But with everything that is said against it, with Spawn possibly not talking, $10 million budget, Todd McFarlane directing it, it just doesn't sound good or exciting or appetizing at all. So it is very worrisome.
Yeah, I agree. Well, alrighty, boys. I think that's all we got. Anything else to talk about? We got, for anybody watching, we got everybody. All the chapters right now are going over. We're judging you. We're looking at you. We're making decisions on your future and the world. Yeah, East. I think is almost done. Canada, we're done. I don't know about the South and Midwest, but just in general, we're just looking. It'll be probably a couple more weeks till the final votes and everything's set and done for the club as a whole. So just sit tight. We got to make you guys sweat it out a little longer. And yeah, that's it. We got. Oh, James, why don't you talk? Give a quick thing about LA Comic-Con.
That's coming up in a couple weeks. Definitely excited. We were trying to come up with our roster, and I think right now we were at like 14 or 15. Then you got like what are we calling them? CBFC hopefuls. You got a handful of them that are going. So I mean, it's going to be a show. Definitely excited. We got David from Arizona. We talked his ass into coming. So I mean, it's always cool when you get, not just when you can get people from farther away to actually make the trip and go. People that you didn't think you'd necessarily meet anytime soon. David's definitely one for me. So that is going to be a hell of a time.
Sweet, man. Sweet. Well, alrighty, people. I guess it's pretty much our show tonight. Covered a lot of things. If you have got any ideas, show ideas, or things you want to talk about, hit us up on the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Friendster, AOL Messenger, ICQ, whatever. Check out our pages. If you want to get a hold of us, you'll see where all the links are. And that's pretty much it. I'm Canadian Geek, and we're out.
Later, everybody.
Peace.
Thank you.